And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry. That's Nick. Bryant should be along shortly. And we are ready to break down some Tuesday baseball. It is Tuesday, right? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I just blanked on the day there for a second. Monday wasn't too good of a day yesterday. Baseball's been kind of funky lately. There's been
There were some landmines yesterday, I noticed.
there's some kind of funky, weird things happening, but hey, it happens. It's a long baseball season. We're in a little bit of a weird kind of patch going, but I think it's going to turn itself around hopefully today. And we will start right with the game that's starting here in about 7 minutes. So if you want to get
That's
bets in,
tomorrow's pitchers. That's tomorrow's pitchers,
yeah,
and
that's
that's tomorrow.
tomorrow's game.
That's the game we just did.
Yeah, that's from yesterday. Sorry about that. Today's game, obviously Seattle, Gilbert, San Diego, Clevenger, starts in about 10 minutes-ish, around 7 minutes now. And the current odds here, if you're interested in backing Seattle, plus 121, minus 130 for San Diego, plus 110 for the over 7.5, minus 114 for the under 7.5. In this one, and I am on the first 5 under 4. I like a bit of a lower scoring game in this one, and let me click on the first 5, and let me see the first 5 here. Currently, if you wanted to get the first 5 under 4, minus 125, minus 130, I got it at minus 116. So you'd have to obviously do your line shopping. But I like a bit of a lower scoring game this one. I think 4 is a good number. And I think we could see something like a 2-1 game in this one. If I had to pick a side, I can't. Seattle's a much hotter team right now. If you're looking at hot and cold, Seattle's much hotter right now. I think the Padres are the better overall team, but they're kind of in a funk. So I don't really want to back them, but I'll back both pitchers here to give me a low-scoring first 5. Nick, what do you think here? Mariners and Padres.
I'm on the same page as you here. I got it at minus 120, but I got the first 5 under 4. Yeah, sorry, it was a. Okay, that's fair.
It was Nick's phone. It was Nick's phone.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm not in my normal location, so there was a landline ringing. But yeah, I'm on the first 5 under 4 in this one as well. Clevenger has actually been really solid this year. We forgot how good he was before his injuries when he played for Cleveland in that franchise that just seems to churn out pitcher after pitcher after pitcher, and he was just another one of those. And he looked really good so far this season. So I want to back him. I want to back Gilbert, who we were talking about like Cy Young's the first month of the season. Obviously, he's cooled off since then. But a first 5 under 4, I think that's a very reasonable price here for this game. So yeah, I'm on the same page here. The market movements are on the same page as well. They're looking at where the tickets and the money are coming in as well. So I do like the first 5 under 4 in this game.
All right, awesome. On the same page so far. We'll jump over here into the second game. The Angels and Syndergaard are headed to Miami to face Alcantara here. And I'll bring up the current odds. Right now, if you want to take the Angels, most books have it around plus 120, plus 125, plus 139 at Sports Interaction if you are in Canada. If you want Miami, anywhere from minus 143 to minus 150. In this one, I do like Miami. I do like the Marlins here. I took them in the first 5 minus a half, and I got them for plus 109. So plus 109 for the Marlins on the first 5 here. When you're looking at the full game, I do have them in a parlay as well, which I'll give out. But at around minus 140 to minus 150, I don't really like to play single bets around that price. Basically, I like to go minus 130 is kind of my cutoff. Anything other than that, I kind of want to parlay it. But for people that would play it, I do think Miami wins this game. Syndergaard on the road, he's a much better home pitcher than he is on the road. this year, and Alcantara is the top one of the two that will be in the battle for the NL Cy Young. So we'll see what happens here. Nick, what do you think? Angels and Marlins.
Yeah, we do have what I think is a Cy Young favorite. Betting wise, he is the Cy Young favorite. It's gonna be cool to see two Florida pitchers win the Cy Young this year between Alcantara and McClanahan. But yeah, I like Sandy here. I took him full game run line at plus 160. I thought that was a nice little plus money stab there. I might look to maybe add that first 5 run line. It's around a minus 105, maybe double up with the Marlins here in this spot. I hope that they are able to tack on against Syndergaard. Syndergaard's one of those pitchers where he's very hit or miss, and I think that the Miami Marlins will be able to get to him enough in order to cash a run line. I think that we're going to see Sandy come out here and throw 7 innings again of probably 1-run baseball. So I'm going to take the Miami Marlins run line with a lean towards the first 5 run line as well.
All right. We'll go on here to the next game. St. Louis is in Atlanta. It'll be Palante for the Cardinals. Anderson here for the Braves. Let me get it up here. Anderson has been giving up runs. He gives up runs. Let me look at the odds here. Plus 128 right now for the Cardinals. Minus 143 for the Braves. Total's 9.5. I would lean with the over. I'm on the first 5 over, and I took it at 5.5. So the first 5 over 5.5 at minus 105. I like runs in this one. Anderson in his last 2 games, 7 earned runs and 7 hits in 2 innings against Philadelphia. 6 hits and 4 earned runs and 4 walks in 4 innings against the Dodgers. Now he has to face this St. Louis team. Palante on the other side here gives up about 2 or 3 earned runs, between 4 to 8 walks. 4 to 8 hits, a few walks, some strikeouts. I think there's a team advantage with Atlanta, but I think there's a first 5 kind of pitching advantage here with the Cardinals. But I'm going to take the first 5 over just because of how hot Atlanta is right now. I think we'll get runs from both sides in the first 5, and that's hopefully a 3-3 matchup, so I can get my over 5.5. But I like runs in this one. Nick, what do you think here? Cardinals and Braves.
Yeah, I don't think I've done this very often this year, but I'm going to back Ian Anderson in the spot. I don't like the way the Cardinals have been playing. Their offense has really been struggling a little bit as of late. And I think this is a start that Ian Anderson can kind of start and go pretty well. I'm on them first 5 in full game run lines. The Braves here, expecting them to be leading at the end of 5 and being able to win by margin here full game. Because after you get Ian Anderson, you get one of the better bullpens in baseball following after that with what the Atlanta Braves have done bullpen-wise. They've been pretty good. So, yeah, I'm going to look to back the Braves here, look to for them to do exactly what they did last night, get an early lead, and hold that the whole game. So, Braves first 5 full game run line here.
All right. And we have Bryant joining in here. Bryant, how's it going?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Not too bad. So we basically went through the game that started a minute ago, Mariners and Padres. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I have the Mariners. I have the Mariners full game. I really like Logan Gilbert. I trust him a little bit more, especially this season. Clevenger's still coming off an injury. He's actually pitched pretty well in his last couple of starts. But I think the Padres are in a bad funk right now. And conversely, the Mariners are putting things together. They're doing it without guys who are still dealing with that suspension from that big brawl in Anaheim. Obviously, Winker's not playing today, but they got J.P. Crawford back. Ultimately, I have to go with the better pitcher here and the more proven product this year. And so that's why I went with the Mariners money line, full game.
I think you're muted there,
Yeah,
Terry.
sorry, I was muted. It looks like we have Occupancy joining as well.
What's going on, Terry?
Occupancy, what's up? What do you think here, Mariners and Padres?
I went with the Mariners full game. Gilbert's a bet-on pitcher for me. Clevenger, decent opponent on the other side, but I know he doesn't go too deep, so I think the Mariners are rolling. I'm just going to go with that. But I also parlayed the under 4.5 first 5 with the Houston Astros money line, and that's around a plus 110. So if that hits, maybe I get out of the doghouse.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm on that first 5 under. That's my only play in this game. Me and Nick already went over the next one, but we'll get your 2 thoughts. The Angels and the Marlins. I'm on the Miami first 5 minus a half in this one. I guess we'll start with Bryant. What do you think here, Angels and Marlins?
It's that time of the week again, man. One of those days we get to see Sandy Alcantara pitch. This is a really good matchup. I think for viewing purposes for the MLB, you get to see one of the game's best young pitchers against 2 of arguably the best players in the sport. I've got to go with Sandy though. And I'm going with Sandy. I'm backing him. I did this last week, and I'm going to ride it out again. I know everyone's going to be trying to hop on the pitching outs or it's Sandy Alcantara to record so many outs or whatever for the game. I think that's a very solid bet. But I'm going to go with Sandy to hold the Angels under 1.5 runs for the first 5 innings. I got insane value on this, which I don't understand why, but I got it at minus 125 last night at about 12 a.m. I doubled up on it, and so I went single bet, and I put this in a parlay as well. Really, if he can just navigate those first 2 with obviously Trout and Ohtani, I think he can breeze through a lot of the rest of this lineup. And they're at home. The Marlins play better at home. They hit better at home. And I like it here. I like the value. I don't have to worry about necessarily sweating out a full game money line or anything like that. Although I think the Marlins do win this game. But ultimately, I'm putting, whenever he's on the mound, I'm putting my faith in him to either get me strikeouts, outs, keep it close, whatever the case may be. So I'm solely putting my bet in his hands and his defense's hands, and just going with the Angels team total under 1.5 for minus 135. Minus 125, I'm sorry.
Awesome. Occupancy, what do you think in this one?
Yes, same sentiment as Bryant. Last outing, Alcantara stuck it out and just showed his endurance. And they came back and won it in the 9th off Avisal Garcia home run. Barely got over the wall, but everyone was just really pumped. And I think Miami is a great look tonight. I'm not really convinced with Syndergaard yet. He pitched better after the rocky start. But then his last 2 outings, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, 7 Ks. They won 4-3 against the White Sox. But then the outing before that, 7 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. And they lost 2-6 to Kansas. So I don't know, just not really convinced by this guy. I think Miami's going to eat him up. I think it'll be a close game, but I need Miami here. I need them bad. So I parlayed them with a double on the other team, another game on the slate. I really need Miami to win today.
I think the big thing when you talk about Noah is that he looks vastly different on the road. And that's the biggest thing. Like, his worst starts this year have generally all been on the road. And it almost doesn't matter the caliber of opponent. He just looks vastly different on the road. So that in itself is already enough to scare me away. And then when, like I said, you take into account you have the best healthy pitcher in the NL right now. I can't go against them. So
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I took Miami first 5 as well. But Syndergaard, even at home, his last couple starts have been not looking too good. So, and the comments, this is great. This is actually awesome. So, Cubano says that he needs some ketchup flavored chips. Obviously,
What?
ketchup chips are vastly popular here in Canada. I love ketchup chips.
Oh,
And then Cubano's next comment,
I've never heard of them.
Nick's face full of disgust after that ketchup chip comment. I noticed it too when I patted up and I looked and I saw Nick's face, and I noticed it. That was kind of funny, but yeah,
I've never heard of those before.
ketchup chips are great. They're great. But we will move on to the third game. Me and Nick also did go over this one, so we'll start with you, Bryant. What do you think here? Cardinals and Braves.
I gotta laugh because I saw who was pitching for the Braves tonight, and I just got the biggest chuckle. I bet on Ian Anderson last week against the Phillies, and he got absolutely shelled. I mean, wrecked. And I cannot in good faith bet on him tonight. He just hasn't looked good at all. The opposing pitcher for the Cardinals is a rookie. He's young himself. He's been a little bit more competitive, but I think my issue is, again, it comes back to Ian Anderson. While the Braves offense has been ultra hot, and I really don't think that there's real value in like fading them, I am deciding to go just the opposite way because I don't want anything to do with the Braves with Ian Anderson on the mound. I am going with a team total. I've got the Cardinals team total over 4.5. That's what I'm going to run with. And then I also have the Cardinals F5 money line as well. This is strictly a direct fade of Ian Anderson. He can't locate his fastball. He walks guys, and his breaking ball just doesn't break. And if you're gonna walk guys, you need to be able to find some way to throw strikes. And he can't even throw strikes with his breaking pitch. And it's just bad. He has, I think, like 2 of his pitches have positive run values towards them, which is just never good. You never want to have positive run values toward any of your pitches, and walk them and walk people at a rate that he has. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals rookie, and I'm going to go with the Cardinals offense. That's been pretty good. They're top 10 in average as well. I'm going to run with the Cardinals tonight, and I'm going to go with the team total over 4.5 as well.
Interesting. So you're liking the Cardinals both pretty much both ways. Nick likes Atlanta both ways, and I like the first 5 over 5.5. I didn't take a side in this one whatsoever. Occupancy. Are you with me in the over? Are you picking a side? Are you staying off? What do you think here, Cardinals and Braves?
St. Louis sports has ruined me. I can't believe they lost that Nicholas start. They had a 3-0 lead with the Phillies, and then they blew it. And I honestly just St. Louis sports in general. I can't cap it. I am on the Cardinals money line in a parlay, just for the plus value and a fade of Anderson. But I mean, I get that was so sad in Philly. That young guy, I don't want to he's still a little beefy dude on the Phillies, hit a home run in 2 straight games, and that ruined that game. He's good, but just man, back up this guy Nicholas, man, hold the lead, and it's just sad. And the Cardinals are just sad, and St. Louis sports just pisses me off. But I'm on the Cardinals money line in a parlay.
All right, a little rant there from Occupancy, which is always good. And we will jump into the 4th game here before we get to last pitch. Me and Nick have not went over this one yet, so I'll break it down here. The Kansas City Royals, Zach Greinke, are heading to Houston to face Luis Garcia here tonight. Houston, they were losing yesterday, and I thought, okay, their winning streak is going to come to an end, but it didn't. They pulled off the comeback. And I was targeting this game in for a bounce back spot, but it's not a bounce back spot because they were able to bounce back last night. But it's Greinke on the road. Greinke has not been good. on the road this year. He has been good his last 2 starts, both starts at home. And now he's back on the road here, facing one of the best teams in baseball. So his last 2 games for Greinke, both at home against Texas and Oakland, both wins, 4 hits, 3 hits, 1 hit, or 1 earned run, 1 earned run. But if you go to the game before that on the road, 6 hits, 5 earned runs. He got smacked around by Minnesota. And then if you look at his splits and home games this year, he's 2-1 in 6 games with a 2.14 ERA. But in road games, he's 0-3 with a 6.9 ERA in 6 games. And then obviously you have Houston. Obviously, in this kind of matchup against the Kansas City team, it doesn't really matter to me who's on the mound for Houston in this one. But Garcia has won his last 3 games against the Yankees, the Mets, and Texas, giving up 1 earned run against the Yankees, 3 earned runs against the Mets, 2 earned runs against Texas, 3 walks in those 3 games. He's pitching better. So better team, better pitcher. This is a Houston spot for me. Looking at it, how I decided to tackle this game, I took the Houston team total over 4.5 at -130. I expect them to score runs on Greinke. I think you can ask for 4 runs before Greinke leaves, and then a few more after he leaves. And I like the runs in this game. And Houston, it's a second money line in my 2-team parlay in my first one. So it's Miami and Houston plus 143. I like both the Marlins and the Astros both to win. And I like the Astros to score over 4.5 runs. If you were looking at a team total over 5 or 5.5, I wouldn't talk you off that either. I just took the 4.5 -130, a little bit safer. So that's kind of my thoughts there. Nick, Royals and Astros, what do you think in this one?
Yeah, I ended up getting to 2 spots on this game. The first one that kind of caught my attention is, yes, I'm aware that Greinke can get hit, but he actually has been pitching pretty well as of late. In the last 30 days, 1.5 ERA, a 0.67 WHIP. He doesn't walk many batters, and I'm actually going to rely on him a little bit in the first play of this one. I like the first 5 under. One thing I've noticed is that most of the tickets and most of the money are going on the over. See tons of money flowing on the over, and this line has gone from 8.5 down to an 8. The books are wanting you to bet the over here, so I think that we could see a lower scoring game. We could see a decent performance out of Greinke, and I like Luis Garcia on the other side, so I think this could be a low scoring first 5, and the Astros win this game 4-1 or something along those lines. So I'm on the first 5 under 4.5 at a -115 price, and I'm also on the Astros run line at -115 as well.
All right. Both of those Greinke starts were his last 2 starts at home, right? I think. Was he injured before that?
I don't remember.
Yeah, let me just get that up here. I just want to check. So, yeah, the 2 games were this month that he played were at home. But the last one was on the 29th, so against Minnesota. What do you think here? Occupancy, Royals and Astros.
Yeah, actually, Cubano sent me a video of Greinke taking a fan's ball and throwing it into the field. Like, I don't know if anyone saw that. So I mean, some bad karma is coming for good old Zach. I'm on Houston. I got them in that parlay on the money line. I'm fine to back Garcia. I just like Houston in this spot.
All right. Cubano's home run props are worth a look. He's been putting them in the chat, and they've been cashing. So he likes Yordan Alvarez for Houston to get a home run. Yeah, keep an eye out for Cubano's home run props because they've been going pretty well. Bryant, what do you think here of Royals and Astros?
Yeah. Yesterday was a very bad day for me betting. But one of the few hits that I had was the Astros winning this game. It didn't mean much because the line was at like 2 something or -2 something. But nonetheless, they showed me some things yesterday. They won a game. They were down 5-0, stormed all the way back, found a way to win it. I look for them to start a little bit faster tonight. I think that they'll jump on Greinke. I've got the Astros in a parlay with the Mets, the Yanks, all to win. That's a little money line parlay I have going on. I also have the Astros team total over 4.5 between Greinke and this bullpen for the Royals, which has to have like zero confidence after yesterday. I think that gets done fairly easy. I think I'm going to even bump it up to over 5 as well. But I have that, and then I also, this is my best player, or my favorite play in this particular game is if we all are in agreement that the Astros maybe get Greinke out pretty early. I have the Astros F5 minus 1.5. So them to be leading by 2 after the 5th inning. I could totally see it. And it was good value at plus 115 on my book. And I'm excited to see kind of how this plays out. So.
All right, perfect. Before we get to last pitch, bet stamp. I had the odds up here throughout the show. Currently looking at the game here, the live game, Seattle, San Diego. At the top of the second, still 0-0, which is a great sign so far for my first 5 under. But yes, if you sign up for BetStamp, use code WILD, proud sponsor of the show, and definitely do your line shopping, find the different books, get the best lines. It really matters when you're looking for the best price. We'll go on to last pitch, and I'll quickly run through all my plays. So Seattle, San Diego, first 5 under 4. Miami, first 5 minus 0.5. St. Louis, Atlanta, first 5 over 5.5. Houston Astros, team total over 4.5. And then my 2 parlays, Miami money line and Houston money line, plus 143. And the second one, Toronto money line and the Dodgers money line for plus 123. That was before the pitching change, but I believe my book will not avoid that. So I'll be sticking with it. But I didn't choose the Dodgers in that because of Mitch White. I chose the Dodgers because they're facing Colorado, obviously, and Marquez. Another bet, Minnesota, first 5 plus 0.5, minus 118. That was also before the pitching change. And sadly, I did want Archer in it for that one. So we'll have to see how it goes. I'm just hoping for a tied first 5 in Minnesota and the White Sox. And then Toronto, team total over 4.5. Yes, I'm going back to the Blue Jays. I'm asking them to score me 5 runs today. I think they can do it against this pitcher. And I'm looking for a bounce back spot here from my Blue Jays team. So that is it for me. Other games that I didn't get to, the Mets, obviously huge pitching advantage here with Scherzer, but the way pitchers have been going on their first game from injury is kind of scaring me off here. I know it's huge pitching advantage, but I'm just going to stay off. It doesn't hurt to pass. And then the other games, I didn't really get to anything. Nick, last pitch. Or actually, Bryant, you have to go shortly, right? Do you want to go over the last pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got, like I said, I got that Mets, Yanks, Astros parlay. I've got the Yanks on the run line. Taillon returns to Pittsburgh for the first time since he got traded from, or I guess he left there in free agency. I have the Blue Jays that bounce back. Adrian Martinez has an ERA over 6. The Blue Jays can't possibly lose this game. Like I can't see it, even with Kikuchi on the mound. Like I think that they come out and they play pretty inspired ball. Even if the game is one of those things where it's a bullpen game, I think they have a little too much offense and they get it done. I have the Blue Jays, the Yanks, the Giants all in a parlay. The Mets. I know what you just said about pitchers off the IL. But all the guys that we've been talking about aren't Max Scherzer. Scherzer is just a different type of animal. And I said this yesterday in our group chat, if there's one pitcher that I'm going to back And, I'm not going to feel bad about it coming off the IL. It's one of the best pitchers of the last 20 years. Um, so I'm going with Scherzer. I don't know why, but I think I probably have a good hunch why. You can get the Mets F5 run line minus a half at minus 145. Like, that's what I got on my book. I'm going to ride with that because I think the return of Scherzer is a big juice of energy to the rest of the Mets. They come out there, get him some early runs. He probably won't pitch more than 75, 80 pitches.
They
And
did say they were aiming for him around 90. I heard.
oh, okay. Well, that's 90 pitches for Max Scherzer should be more than enough to get him through 5 innings.
Yep.
And with that, I think that's the best bet. That's like the best value in this game, really, unless you go into the run line or something like that. But I want to utilize Scherzer as much as I can because I know those lines are going to get inflated the healthier he gets in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to run with that for that game as well. I also am staying away from the Rockies Dodgers game. I probably would have bet it if Mitch White was going to play. I don't know how I feel about Ryan, whatever his name is, that is taking over for him. So I'm just going to stay away completely. As far as everything else, I'm going to go to the Guardians to win with Cal Quantrill on the mound. They lost 2 games yesterday in that doubleheader. They didn't look good. But I trust Cal a little bit more than I trusted the guys on the mound yesterday. So we'll see. I'm going to go in the F5, and hopefully they come out a little bit stronger today than they did in that doubleheader. I think that's relatively it for me. Lastly, the Red Sox. I like Pavetta here. I know Springs is a pretty solid guy. He's made the transition from the bullpen to the starting role pretty good. But Pavetta's just been dealing. Some of his numbers kind of indicate that regression might be coming soon. But the way Boston has been swinging the bats and stuff like that is kind of the tipping point here. And also the fact that the Rays strike out against right-handed pitching at an obscene rate. I think they're like top 10 in strikeouts as a lineup against right-handed pitching. And so I think there's value on a Pavetta pitching prop or a K prop if you can find one. But other than that, that's all I have for today. So.
All right. Do you want to get your best bets in? Can you type them in before
Yeah.
I go? Yeah. Okay. And yeah, it looks like one team is involved in all of our best bets so far. So that's a little bit scary, but I think
Do I need to switch mine then?
no, you don't. But
That's scary.
so far, one team is in all of our best bets. But, Occupancy, what do you think here for our last pitch?
Yeah, I don't have too much analysis today, but I'm looking at the Giants to bounce back after Mad Bum's American flag start yesterday, and then their trouble with the White Sox over the weekend. Gilbert on the other side, I think, is a good target. I have a 5-legger that pays 10-1 about Seattle first 5, Mets first 5, Miami first 5, Houston first 5, Giants first 5. I put $5 on that. With regards to the Mets, you'll see in my parlay piece. I think I trust the Mets in this spot. Looking at them to get the win. I don't know. Maybe it was just like the books were baiting me, but I don't know. When I saw Scherzer's strikeout props for plus money at under 6.5, and then that moved up to under 7.5. I took the bait. I don't know if he's going to get, 7+ strikeouts in his first appearance back. Maybe he does, and that's a loss. But no, so nothing really too in depth here. Looking towards the Giants. Looking towards Toronto. Basically, if the Mets and the Marlins don't look like they're winning, I will do a parlay. And I might even just end up doing it with Toronto and the Giants. That's what I like on this card tonight.
All right. And we will get to the best bet segment I think Brian is currently typing some of his in, but we will have to move on along here. And we will start with Dog of the Day, as we always do. And I'll play the video, actually, for a change.
Nice.
Yeah, so Finnegan decided to say hello. He's been barking a lot today, so hey, maybe the dogs are barking in some games. Nick,
That was yesterday.
Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully it's just yesterday. But Nick, you like Arizona Diamondbacks as your dog of the day. Tim likes the St. Louis Cardinals. And Occupancy, you like the Seattle Mariners. I don't have any dogs. I'm on Minnesota first 5+1/2, but that's not the first. That's not the full game. So, and especially with the pitching change, I'm much less confident on that. Bryant likes the St. Louis Cardinals as well. So he's going with the same here as Tim. Over, under. I'm on a few totals today, but my favorite one is Houston team total over 4.5. I like them to score at least 5 runs in this game. Nick, you're going kind of against me there a little bit, taking that Houston Kansas City first 5 under 4.5. I guess if it's like 3-0, 4-0 Houston, we're good. And then Tim likes Texas and Baltimore over 9.5. Brian is taking the LA Angels first 5, team total under 1.5. And Occupancy, you are going Tampa Bay, Boston under 9. And this one, best parlay piece. For me, Houston Astros money line. Nick, you're taking the New York Yankees money line. Tim is taking the Boston Red Sox money line. Bryant is also taking the Houston Astros money line. And Occupancy is going and taking Max Scherzer under 7.5 strikeouts. So that's a little bit interesting there. And then we'll go to best bets. And some things have changed. So we're not all on Miami anymore.
I had to make sure I wasn't.
For me,
sorry.
No, hey, it's all good. But we obviously all still like Miami. So it's not like we don't like Miami anymore. Just decided to change up the best bets. It's probably for the best anyway. We're not all on the same team in the best bets. But for me, Miami, Houston, both on the money line, plus 143. Nick, you're taking the New York Yankees team total over 5.5, plus 110. Tim is taking St. Louis money line parlayed with Boston run line for plus 512. Bryant is taking the New York Mets parlayed with the New York Yankees, parlayed with Houston Astros, all on the full game money line for plus 211. And Occupancy is going Miami money line parlayed with the New York Mets money line.
So am I the only one doing a straight bet for a best bet?
Yes, it would appear so. We here at Getting Wild with Terry and Friends condone parlays. So we condone parlays. I don't know if I got to Tim's comment here. And Nick Pavetta, we trust.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that one there. I'm on the Rays.
And then Dana asked, any thoughts on the Brewers and the Cubs over 9? Sorry I jumped on late. No problem.
Definitely lean that way. I like the Cubbies first 5 though.
Yeah, I didn't get to that game. Let me quickly see.
It's Jason Anderson and Kyle Hendricks, so I think there can be runs in that game. Maybe Cubs team total too.
Yeah, I have absolutely zero opinion on that total. I could see it being like a high-scoring game, but I could also see it being like 4-1 final. So no opinion there for me. Occupancy, any opinion on this total before we end the show?
No, but I think over. I mean, Alexander has been getting shelled, I believe. We just check that, but I'm pretty sure I remember hit a couple home run balls early in his last outing. Yeah, last game, Pittsburgh, 7-8 game. He let up a home run. Yeah, I would go over in that one.
Yeah, 3 hits and 2 earned runs and 2 innings against Pittsburgh isn't really the best. But no problem, Dana. Thanks for the question. And that is the show. Best luck to everybody tonight. Tune into the channel tonight. There'll be 2 free pick videos that me and Nick filmed for tomorrow's early afternoon games. They'll be coming up here shortly. So tune into those later tonight. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It really helps out the show. If you're watching on Twitter, continue watching on Twitter if you like, but please come join the YouTube channel and just subscribe. It really helps out the show. Smash the like button if you guys enjoyed the content, and we'll be back again tomorrow for another episode. Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Best of luck tonight on your bets, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys.